Got my fly assistant, she's gonna help me out. She's gonna demonstrate the spot for everybody at home who needs a spot. I just like the way she holds on to me, so. But again, we're gonna do 10 wide, the regular military, and 10 close to isolate the triceps. Show them how to spot me, baby.
Well, Marky doesn't need a spot.
Okay, first of all, I'm not attacking this video personally. I've watched this whole video, and I mean, come on. Early 90s Marky Mark, you can't knock that shit. This video is freaking incredible, and if I had my way, I would watch this damn thing all day long. It's that amazing. So, I'm not attacking Marky Mark or the video. I mean, even though the push-ups on the chairs, that's a little bit questionable, but no, I'm using it as an example to show why these generalized routines, like these, anything you would see in a bodybuilding magazine or a videotape, or these routines you see on social media from these influencers, why they're not efficient workouts. I mean, if you want to just sweat, if your goal is just to move around, that's fine. But if you're looking to maximize muscle growth, there's a lot of information that's missing from these. When someone just throws out a random rep range, like 10 reps, that's not giving you all the information for an effective workout. So that's why I want to talk about that a little bit. Okay, so since our main objective when we work out is to reach close to failure on that last rep of our set for any exercise, just giving someone a random number of reps, like 10 reps, is not enough. Okay, the amount of weight that you're using and the intensity have to be accounted for to make sure that if you are doing 10 reps, that the amount of weight you're using, you're going to be able to get close to failure on that last rep doing 10 reps. Okay, so that's very important. And the other factor is the type of exercise that you're doing. Okay, is it a compound movement or is it an isolation movement? Okay, so that's also going to play a role too. For compound movements that you're using multiple joints, you're going to be able to handle heavier weight, okay, with those movements. So the amount of reps that it's going to take you to get close to failure, it's not going to be as many. You can go lower reps on those. I'm not saying just do 1 rep maxes all the time. There is a sweet spot. If you're doing 1 rep maxes, then you're going to have the risk of injury if you're doing that too much. Okay, so 4 to 8 reps. That's a good rep range. That's a sweet spot for compound movements. It's heavy enough to, it's going to get you close to failure. But you're not necessarily going to be at risk for injury. Okay. Now for isolation movements, single joint movements like curls and stuff like that, some of these are a little bit awkward with when you use heavier weights. Okay, so like for example, like side lateral raises for shoulders. I mean, if you're doing both arms at the same time using a heavy weight, it's a little bit awkward. So I mean, it's completely fine. You can use lighter weight on those isolation movements as long as you're taking it close to failure on that last rep. Okay, so 8 to 12 reps is a good rep range. That's perfectly fine. I never really go above 12 reps on anything, except maybe for like calves. I've experimented going up to 15, but it's not necessary unless you're injured, unless you have to work around an injury and you have to really use lightweight, then that's understandable. You can go up to, anywhere up to 20 reps is fine, as long as you're, still taking it close to failure. But after you reach 20 reps, 20 to 30 reps, I mean, then that becomes more of that strength endurance exercise. So you're not really getting the mechanical overload when you go that high. There's just no reason to. So for isolation movements, 8 to 12 is that's going to work on pretty much any exercise. All right, so just, if you want to do these generalized routines, that's fine. If you want to be active, that's great. You want to sweat, then that's perfectly fine. But if you really want to maximize your muscle growth, like I said, it's going to be optimal to get with, a coach and do a one-on-one program, so you can have the intensity accounted for and be able to use progressive overload. So from week to week, you're getting stronger, okay? And you're getting the right amount of, intensity in there, okay? So that's extremely important. Don't just go by, if just doing 10 reps of every exercise without taking it close to failure. That's just, it's a suboptimal way of training, okay? So yeah, just remember these things. And I've got 50% off for the first month of my 3-month app-based training program. So if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, please just send me a message. I can explain a little bit about the program to you. And yeah. All right. Well, have a good day, guys.